ఢిల్లీలో చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఎన్వి రమణ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు ఆ లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
Challenges like that of deficient infrastructure, shortage of administrative staff and huge vacancies of judges. I want to mention here that is the reason why before much becoming the Chief Justice of India, I have mentioned in my Goa speech that India needs a National Judicial Infrastructure Corporation, which your President, Chairman Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra mentioned in his speech about the difficulties facing lawyers, particularly in courts, rural courts or high courts. I am also one of the person who has physically seen in my high court days practice where the women doesn't have toilets. And it is very difficult the particular women lawyers to come to courts and wait long hours in the court corridors. After I became the acting Chief Justice, I can made some provision in the underground of the High Court building, some toilets. This is the fate of the High Courts. The reason is the infrastructure, the court buildings which we are having is constructed most of them by the British. Later on, even though we are adding some additional buildings, it is not adequate to take care of the judicial officers to work and accommodate the lawyers. And the most important thing, the clients who are the consumers of law, they doesn't get any representation and any facility in the bar, in the courts, which is a very serious concern. That is the reason I have prepared a huge voluminous report collecting information from each nook and corner of the country. I am going to present after 1 week time to the Honorable Law Minister to look into that and how many court buildings we need, how many chambers we need, how much of facilities we have to provide to the bar and the members of the bar, women lawyers, etc. These details I am going to furnish to the Honorable Law Minister to look into the infrastructure issues. So national level infrastructure corporation, if it is created, it can take care of the issues of infrastructure. This is one of the issues. So far as the vacancies are concerned, I will refer the particulars here. It has been my endeavor to address the issues of vacancies in the highest judiciary is an urgent basis. Here I must place on record my sincere thanks to my colleagues in the collegium, Honorable Justice Lalit, Honorable Justice Kanvilkar, Honorable Justice Dhananjay Chandrachud, Honorable Justice L.N. Rao, who have become active and constructive partners in this endeavor. Due to the collective efforts, as you are all aware, we could reduce the number of vacancies in the apex court into just one. Similarly, after I took over, the collegium has recommended, if I am not wrong, yesterday, 82 names to various high courts. I hope the Honorable Law Minister is here. The government will ensure that the names are cleared at the earliest, just the way the 9 names were cleared for the apex court. It is an ongoing process. We hope to live up to the Herculean challenge of filling 41% of vacancies existing in all the high courts. Lawyers are born leaders. They are mentors, guides, friends and philosophers. They should always remain active members of society and solve the problems faced by the people. Take any people's movement. Lawyers have always been at the forefront. A lawyer needs to be an all-rounder and a versatile personality. He must be well versed about social issues and various fields like economics, history, politics, literature and others. Here we must remember lawyers such as legendary late Nani Palkiwala, who despite never being an economist, used to address the public every year and enlightening about the budget. That is why society gives a lot of respect to lawyers. It is your duty to keep up the confidence reposed in you by the public. I call upon you, all of you, help the needy, women, farmers, workers and the disadvantaged to exercise their legal rights. Whenever it is possible, extend pre-legal aid and educate people about their rights. I also want to use this platform to send a message to the young members of the bar. Never forget the age-old values of this noble profession. Seniority has immense value in this profession. Give due regard to your senior members at the bar for their experience, knowledge and wisdom. Respect women colleagues and treat them with dignity. Respect the institutions and the judges. You are the front line of the legal system. and you must protect the institution from targeted, motivated, and malafide attacks. It is inherent to the bar that it speaks up for what is fair and just. Unfortunately, we lost many valuable members of the bar this year. COVID has affected us physically and mentally. It has also affected the nature of the profession as a whole. Lawyers who cannot adapt modern technology have been left behind. COVID has led to the exclusion of one generation of talented lawyers. This disparity is not good for the nation or the profession. And here I want to explain 1 minute about the physical hearings. It is no doubt true. Today newspapers also reported that I have expressed my displeasure about the video problems which we are facing. It is true, and unfortunately there is no other option. The connectivity issue is a big issue, and we have brought it to the notice of the Honorable Law Minister earlier to call for the internet service providers and at least provide some internet facilities in rural areas particularly, because they don't have the internet facilities, they are not in a position to practice. Only people who can afford a district court lawyer, high court lawyers also started appearing in the official courts. That means a generation of lawyers in rural areas are out of the profession, which is a very dangerous trend. So I request the present Honorable Law Minister, please call for these internet service providers, let them provide mobile internet vans in the taluka centers where the lawyers can approach, use those facility, they can address the court and they can also be part in the system. The Bar Council of India and the State Bar Associations have taken several steps to ameliorate the conditions of lawyers during these difficulties. Immediately after taking over the Chief Justice of India, I have written to the Honorable Minister in this regard, requesting the government to take necessary steps to help those in crisis. With the young and dynamic gentleman Law Minister in office, we can expect positive measures at rapid pace. And the Honorable Law Minister mentioned that he doesn't have the wisdom and knowledge. He has enough wisdom and enough knowledge, and he has already, we have seen, experienced his wisdom and knowledge. I'm very happy to be a party with him in all the decision making process. He is such a dynamic law minister. He came after taking oath, and next day he met me, and I thought he's a college student coming just from college. I don't want to ask his age, of the secret of his age, sir, and all that. So he said, sorry sir, I don't have any experience in law. Even though I am a law graduate, I never practiced. It doesn't matter. Practice and law profession is different, and politics and minister is a different thing. It is better not to have your experiences or prejudices against the profession of law judges. So he said honestly, sir, you please guide us, or you please tell what is the problems and all that. I requested him. The first problem is filling up the vacancies and expedite the vacancies. This is the first priority. Then immediately he started working. He started sending all the files, thanks to him, and he cleared in a jet speed the 9 names, I think 6 days time, a record break first time, without any murmur, anything. I must thank the Honorable Prime Minister and the Law Minister and the Government of India for clearing the names. I expect the same speed, the other High Court names also, if they clear. Another 1 month's time, we expect at least 90% of the vacancies filled in this country. However, it is not enough. We must keep trying at our own levels to ease the difficulties. As a well-wisher, I urge the members of the bar to never forget your commitment to the cause of justice and to never deny help to those in need. John W. Davis, who is the Solicitor General of the United States, once said it, I quote, "True, we lawyers build no bridges, we raise no towers, we construct no engines, but we smooth our difficulties. We relieve stress, we correct mistakes, we take up other man's burdens, and by our efforts we make possible the peaceful life of man in a peaceful state, unquote. Honorable Mr. Vivek Tanka reminded me about me saying about Honorable Justice J.S. Verma. I'm very moved because I had lot of affiliation, or what you say, he used to treat me like his son, even though I am not a judge, I am nothing at that time, after all a junior lawyer. But when I used to go to him, he always used to say, you have to be frank, don't afraid of anything, and whatever you feel right, you do it as a lawyer or judge and all that. By that time I have never even expected that I will accept this judgeship. And he also said lightly after my elevation, Justice Ramana, I want to tell you one thing. If you make one judge, you get 10 enemies, be careful. At the same time, under your chairman, Ms. Mishra, made suggestions about this COP, that is the lawyers, that is quack lawyers practicing mafia rural areas. I will see that some solution for that problem. It is true, like quack doctors, quack lawyers also nowadays appearing, I agree. And the second thing is that he wants creating a grievance redressal mechanism is a welcoming suggestion. I will consider it and I will write letters to the concerned Chief Justices so they can constitute some mechanism to think. It is good because we must have interaction, otherwise it is difficult to understand your problems, it is difficult for you also to understand our problems. A interaction with the members of the bar frequently helps a lot, and exchange notes. We should not live in ivory towers, that is what I believe. And so for the he made a request about the providing some place in the Supreme Court building. I already told my Registrar Mr. Goyal to find out a place for the Bar Council of India, and one more thing I already told that you all praised about the entire credit to me that I have done these appointments and all that. This is not my credit. I am not, even though Tendulkar, entire team has to work together, then only they will win the match. With these words, I expect the legal community to guide the nation to an ever brighter future. Thank you for organizing this event. It is a humble experience. I am grateful indeed. I am very much impressed with the leadership qualities of Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, Chairman, Bar Council of India. He and his colleagues in the Bar Council of India have always stood for the institution. Whenever there is a challenge before the institution, the council stood by it. I am touched by the fact that the office bearers and the members of various bar councils and associations from across the country have travelled from far to be here today. I am fully conscious of the fact that this event is not to honor me as a person, it is your way of honoring an institution. We shall collectively strive to protect the dignity, integrity, reputation of the institution. Your kind words and garlands weigh heavily on me. Literally, I must say, you turned this Saturday into a memorable day of my life. Thank you very much.